This legendary just got buffed and I can actually get her to you guys for free. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about this because this is a great time for players to start playing Raid to get a ton of free legendaries. Or if you are looking to start a new account, then this is definitely the time to do so for a few reasons. I think the first champion that we need to talk about is that legendary that got buffed and how you can actually get her for free. So this is actually going to be a new download link for you guys. If you've been following my channel, then you know that I did have a custom download link that had some champs in it. Well, I'm here to bring you a new link with new champions, which I'm super excited about because I think this is a great start for players and it's going to help you for a number of reasons. So first, let's start with this legendary. Let's start with Narma the Returned. So she is the legendary that recently got buffed, and there's a few reasons I actually picked her to be the legendary that you get. So the great thing is by using my link, you get her on day one. As soon as you download the game, you go through the tutorial. You're gonna have to pick a starter. I'm telling you guys right now, pick Kyle because he will work really nicely with the champions to follow in this video. So once you get Kyle, do the tutorial. Narma the Returned is going to be in your inbox. Let's look at her skills. She does have an aura which increases ally accuracy in dungeons by 80. So in case you are lacking accuracy on your champs, you can use her lead. Her first skill attacks an enemy and has a 50% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target for a turn. You're gonna see why this pairs really nicely with a ton of the other legendaries that we'll talk about. Second skill attacks an enemy, 75% chance to decrease attack for 3 turns, and this way they'll do less damage on you. 75% chance to place a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, and instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies while healing all allies by 25% of this champion's max HP. So she is going to go ahead and detonate some poison, which works well with other skills too. Her third skill attacks an enemy, 75% chance of placing not 1, not 2, but 3 5% poison debuffs, plus a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 3 turns. If the initial target is already under 3 or more debuffs, it will place 3 5% poison debuffs and 25% poison sensitivity debuffs on all enemies for 3 turns instead. So she is going to be able to place poison, but also have the poison sensitivity. And to top it all off, she does have a passive. Whenever an ally is attacked, 25% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. Whenever this champ is attacked, the chance increases to 50%. And again, this is a passive, you guys. Enemies under poison debuffs inflict 5% less damage per each poison debuff on there. Stacks up to 25%. So getting 25% less poison is crazy. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. But you can see what makes her so good and why she's such a good support. You have a heal in there, you've got a leech, decrease of attack, but the amount of poisons that you can potentially do in here, plus poison sensitivity, you guys, she is gonna work so well for you getting through dungeons, getting even through your campaign early on. But honestly, you're gonna use her long-term in dungeons as well. And you can even use her in arena in those PvP scenarios. Next up is going to be Yugo, one of my favorite epic supports. On the first skill, you have a leech debuff, works really well with Narma. Second skill, attacks all enemies, decreasing defense and blocking buffs. Third skill, you have a heal, but also a cleanse. It's gonna remove all heal reduction debuffs from all allies, but also removing a random debuff and then healing them. The nice thing about this is it can also be a revive skill instead. So instead, if all allies are dead, it's going to revive them with 50% HP and fill their turn meter by 50% as well. As long as Yugo's the last one standing, you've got the revive in there. But you have a passive, which is going to be a 30% increased speed buff and block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever this champion's last living ally is killed. So it gives Yugo a fighting chance. But honestly, great support champion you have in here. You're going to get that bit of the decrease of defense, allowing you to do even more damage, plus some of those heals. We're not done though. Level 20, you're gonna get Mausoleum Mage. Now, this is a champion that is also gonna work very nicely with Narma, and you're about to see why. So first skill, attacks an enemy 2 times, destroys the target's max HP by 75% of the damage inflicted if they're under a heal reduction debuff, but each hit has a 35% chance of activating up to 2 poison debuffs on the target. Second skill, attacks an enemy. You're going to have a chance to decrease defense in case it didn't work with Yugo or you're alternating with them. You got the decrease of defense. 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns if the target is under a poison debuff, which, as you saw, Norma, we're placing poison, so it works nicely here. Third skill, attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing a heal reduction debuff for 3 turns, 75% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs for 2 turns. So honestly, you're placing poison for days. But then you also have a passive. Enemies under heal reduction debuffs inflict 15% less damage, which is great for your team. We do also have an aura. It is ally accuracy, but between the extra poisons that you get in here and having the decrease of attack, decrease of defense, honestly, I think the poison just works so well with Narma, and that's part of the reason that we're gonna include Xenomorph in this link. And I do have one more champion for you guys. So this one you get at level 30, and this is Mausoleum Mage. So with this champ, first skill, attacks an enemy, 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. So yes, you can slow them down. Second skill, 30% increased crit rate buff, 60% increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, and a block debuff buffs on all allies for a turn as well. Third skill, this one is going to be a very nice cleanse for you. Removes all debuffs from all allies, heals all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP, and it heals each ally by a further 10% if 1 or more debuffs are removed from that ally. Heals each ally's turn meter by 15% if 2 or more debuffs are removed from that ally. So giving you guys another support that we can throw into the mix. So by using my link, you can either scan the QR code on the screen or click the download link down below. This is going to get you that legendary on day 1, and then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get 3 incredible epics. So that is 4 really awesome champions that you can get by using my link. I did mention multiple legendaries, and that is where this comes in. So within 24 hours of downloading the game, I always say once you check your inbox and you confirm that Narma the Returned is in there, then you'll know the download link worked. You have that legendary. Right away, head over to this promo code tab and enter a promo code to get a free legendary. There are a ton of very good ones out there. It's just going to depend on what you are the most interested in, what champion you think is going to help your team. If you are looking to add some supports into your roster, then you can go ahead and get Alice the Wanderer using the code GETALICE. Or maybe you want to Hanarak. This is going to be another support using the code Desert Queen. If you want to take advantage of your PvP and arena, then go get Sun Wukong using the code Monkey King. Or if you really want a strong attacker, you can get Fallen Foulbeard with the code Demon Slayer. Or even if you want that ultimate Death Knight, use the promo code UDKing. And the last legendary that you get for free, you simply have to log in for 7 days. So now is the time to actually start this account because you can go ahead and get Xenomorph. This is a part of the current ongoing collab for Alien and Predator. The great thing about Xenomorph is this is going to be an attack type for you, and it's going to work really nicely with your other poison champs. This first skill alone is going to be so handy. So it's going to work really nicely because it attacks an enemy, places a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns, places 3 if the attack is critical. Just on the first skill, you're going to place some poison. Also places a perfect veil buff on this champ for 2 turns. Second skill, you have a chance of stunning, getting an infest debuff on those enemies, placing a true fear debuff as well. And then there's a passive part which revives this champ with 50% HP, 50% turn meter whenever an enemy under the infest debuff dies. Third skill, attacks an enemy 2 times, deals 15% more damage for each poison debuff on the target. So between your Xenomorph and your Narma and all the poison, you're using Kyle as well. As I mentioned, picking him as your starter. The amount of poisons that you have on there, you can do a serious amount of damage here. Now, this champ also has a passive. Whenever this champion is attacked, has a 25% chance to place a 5% poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns, and that debuff cannot be resisted if it's a critical hit. If an enemy is under a poison debuff placed by this champion, decreases their defense by 20%. But yes, in the passive, you have poison. And remember, Narma also is going to give you the poison in there, and you're also going to get some poison sensitivity coming out of the other champions that I mentioned in my link, so you'll see why they all work so well together. I'm super excited to bring you guys this new link that you can download Raid with because, as I said, you get 3 crazy incredible legendaries, you get 3 amazing epics along the way. Just make sure you're entering the promo codes, collecting everything, and download using my QR that's on the screen or clicking the link down in the description box. I would be super excited to hear about your guys' journey using my link, so leave that all in the comments below. But be sure you also subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!